If you're lazy but you still want to get in shape fast, hey, this video is for you. So I understand that most of the fitness advice that's given to every single person out there are for people who love that gym grind. Most of you guys don't like that gym grind. You guys just actually just want to look sexy, aesthetic, and good, but you don't really want to do anything crazy. I'm gonna be making in this video every single thing you need to get that beautiful shape and aesthetic physique simple as heck while being lazy, and it's literally going to give you the results like this. I can guarantee you, because it's literally worked for my clients. You're going to move from being frustrated like this young man to actually having a game plan that works. No time wasted. Let's run. Let's go. Sub to the channel. If I'm going to be honest with you, I believe you're actually not lazy. However, let's say you actually are lazy. I feel like the bigger problem you have is you are overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed with feeling like everything is too much. Like you're literally like this young man. They've geared every single thing in the fitness industry to confuse you. They overload you with so much information. So you have too much workouts to choose from. You see today that this influencer is doing this exercise to lose weight. Before you know it, like you watch another video and they tell you that eggs is rubbish. They tell you that vegetables is not good. And that is the reason why you're gonna start and then you fall off. The overwhelm of so much things, and now you have analysis paralysis. You literally don't know what to do. However, we're gonna fix that in this video. Stick with me, stick with me, stick with me still. The goal really in this video would be to make your fitness so easy that you can't avoid it. So let's throw in motivation, like literally. I personally don't believe you need motivation. I also don't believe you even need discipline. So those two things is gonna be out of the window. We're gonna be making things literally automatic, decrease the friction. I believe that in so much, because the biggest thing about fitness has to be consistency. So we're gonna be making every single thing so automatic. So rather than you telling yourself that, oh, I'll start tomorrow. Oh, I'm tired. Let's give it tomorrow. Let's give it the next day. We're not doing none of that. I'm not even gonna even tell you this, that the Nike just do it. No, I'm not gonna tell you this. I'm literally gonna be breaking down systems that makes it so simple for you to literally just do it. The first thing, if you actually want to get in shape, regardless of you being lazy and not wanting to do the work, is you need to create your environment. That is the only effort that I'm literally gonna be needing from you. So this is where every single thing has to change. So if your gym is far, you're literally not gonna go. If it's close by, you're gonna realize that it's way, way easier for you to hit the gym more. If you even feel like, oh, it's too much for me to even go to the gym, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start at home. Because I'm literally telling you, the goal really in this video is not for you to, it's for you to show up and still be lazy at the same time. So now, if for instance you want to start at home, I'm gonna tell you, you need to get yourself an equipment like a pull-up bar. So we're gonna be doing things like instant workouts. We're gonna be doing your pull-ups, push-ups. We're gonna hit legs as well. I would say abs is gonna be mainly a diet thing, and we're gonna get to that in a bit. So now the thing would be get the equipment. I need you to just create that environment. Now I also need you to create a very clear space. The reason why I need you to have that clear space is such that like when you show up at that clear space, you can literally just zone in to actually having a workout in. So your brain will be conditioned to know that, oh, this space is actually for working out. And I also want you to have your workouts ready, focusing on compounds always. Like, we are not even going to be stressing about no isolation rubbish. The reason why I'm telling you about compounds is the 80-20% rule, where you're going to impute 20% of your energy and you're going to reap 80% of rewards. That is what compound movement is going to do. And you want to get the results fast. Let's go to the next point. All right, now it's time for the lazy workout trick. So as I said, we don't need no motivation. Take it out. No motivation over here. All we literally need is triggers. We don't need no build up. We just need something that's very, very easy. How are we gonna do this? Now, every single time before you scroll, because I know most likely it's easy. If you say you're lazy, you're most likely gonna have the ability to scroll. You wanna be chilling. So before you scroll, we're going to be doing push-ups immediately. For every time we want to scroll, we're going to drop down and we're going to do push-ups. I'm going to recommend incline push-ups, by the way, where you're literally going to have your legs, like the way this guy is, you're going to have your legs on something and you're going to do a decline, my apologies, a decline push-ups. The reason why I'm emphasizing the decline push-up is it's gonna make you look more aesthetic. I want you to be in a situation where whatever exercise you choose is also gonna give you the best results. So we're gonna be doing that, and that's also gonna hit your shoulders as well. For the pull-ups, we're also gonna be hitting your back for that V taper. Another hack is gonna be every single time you wake up, we're gonna get a quick workout in. Now the goal would be frequency because we're not always going to be doing this. So the first time when we wake up, we're gonna bang out some form of workout. I would recommend like a full body such that we can spread it out during the day. So when we wake up, we're gonna be doing our push-ups, our pull-ups, and our squats. That's all. Compounds only. If you don't have energy for a push-up, I'll tell you do a knee push-up or a wall push-up. If you can't do a pull-up, I'll tell you just jump on the bar. Like when you jump on the bar and you hold the bar, slowly come down. And if you also don't can't do a squat, I'll just tell you do a half rep where you can do squat to you where your capacity is. Then the next thing would then be passing a spot. A very prime example of this would be when you pass the door, you need to do the push-ups. Let's say you're about to eat food. You're also going to have to do some pull-ups before every single time you're about to leave your apartment because you're going to be tying your shoes. You're also going to be doing squats. Now, the reason why I love this is it's going to enable you build consistency. Your workouts have a time and a place. So when you wake up, it has a time and a place. Before you scroll, it has a time and also a place, and you're going to be stacking up habits, which makes it quite simple. At one point, your brain knows that, oh, whenever we do this, we're also going to have to do a workout. That really is where we're going to be hacking the laziness. So we're not going to be moving with willpower, but we're going to be moving with triggers. Let's go. You feel me? You feel me? Now, the next point is 20 minutes, then leave. Let's say you're not actually going to be working at home. Let's throw away all those triggers now. You're not working at home. What I'm going to tell you is there are times where I've literally done workouts in 20 minutes or 30 minutes and I have dips from the gym. So you don't need a perfect workout. No. Don't need everything to be aligned. No. And if you think that every workout has to be long, serious, if you don't have time, you will skip it. Mm-mm. The reason why I'm telling you 20 minutes, 20 to, I'll even say 15 to 30 minutes. The reason why I'm saying that is simply because we want to build the frequency. So now you've picked a gym that's close by. The reason why I've picked a gym that's close by is to reduce the friction. You just literally would go in. And something I'm always going to tell you is that, like, before you leave your house, always have your gym clothes with you. So before you get home, you can just literally stop by. So let's say you go out for, you're coming back from work, just always have your gym clothes with you. So we're going to train full efforts, that 20 to 30 minutes, no distraction. Keep this very, very in mind. We're going to be progressively overloading and we're also going to be pushing to failure, be trying to actually seek pain while we're in our reps. So whenever you think that you've done enough for, let's say, your bicep curl, you're curling, and you think that you've done enough, you still got two more, 2 to 3 more. That will be pushing to failure. Then progressively overloading will just be increasing the weights, the reps, or the sets over time. That is what's going to get you the sexy body. So I just want you to still work with the foundations that would give you results. Now, immediately once that's done, you work out of the gym with your 20 to 30-minute session and you're out. So for your push day, it's going to literally be upper chest. So we're going to knock out the upper chest. We're going to also have to do our side delts. The reason why we need to do that is to create that width, that V taper look. And I would still say once we do the upper chest and the side delts, I can then say we can do dips. The reason why I'm saying this, and I can literally tell you a workout that's easy, is because I've literally done this to build my physique. So that's literally going to be your push day. Your pull day could literally just be pull-ups, some rows, and some lower back, bicep, some curls. Do pull-ups. If you can't do pull-ups, you can do lat pull downs. But however, I personally believe that you should try and aim for a pull-up. Then afterwards, rows, where we literally just build thickness for our back. And we're going to do some lower back, which is not that essential. But then we can also do arms. And that's literally it for legs. I'm literally giving you guys a plan that works. This is what I do whenever I don't have time and I know that a long workout is too much for me because I personally just believe that fitness is something that's supposed to snug and complement your lifestyle. It's not supposed to be something that takes away from it. Now, For your legs, it's gonna be straightforward. We're gonna be doing squats or lunges as our first one. Then we can do RDLs. Then we can do some calf raises. When you've gone this workout, we can then dip. And the interesting thing about this whole process is that, like, at one point, you being lazy, naturally your capacity is going to increase. And that's very, very interesting. That's something I realized about myself. So there used to be a time period where I would literally come back from work like by around like 11 p.m. and the gym closes by 12 a.m. actually. So I'll come back. I would finish work by around 11. I'll get to the gym around like 11:20. Let's say I start my workouts and I literally used to use the 20 minutes. However, at one point I built so much strength. The time I actually used to spend, which was 20 to 30 minutes, start increasing. However, I literally just had to move my training to another day. Obviously, done is better than perfect every single time. My friend has a saying, progress over perfection every day. So this has to be something that has to be dialed in. We cannot outwork a bad diet. Please. So your diet is not supposed to stress you out. Literally, I personally believe in that. You need to find foods that you can make without even thinking. Because if it's complicated, you won't stick to it, and that's the problem. We already know eggs. Eggs is cheap. They're a versatile source of protein. They have complete protein. So this, I know that will be very, very easy and it's affordable. I think we already know chicken. There's something I'm gonna tell you. You can either batch cook the chicken, but if you feel like that's giving a little bit bodybuilder vibe, cool. What I personally do is I just make enough chicken to last me for maybe 2 to 3 days. And one thing I also make that makes me eat chicken easier is I mince my chicken. I kind of eat it like a minced chicken. So I can literally add my chicken to almost every single thing I eat. It makes me hit my protein, which is very easy. And that is something I'll still tell you about. So you need to be eating zero point 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So I personally am around 183 or 182 within that range. Mine would be around 130 to I'll just estimate it to like 190 every single day. You don't need to entirely hit the protein every single time. However, this is something that you need to know if you really want to build muscle. What I do is like I eat like 400 grams of cooked chicken almost every single time in the minced version, and that literally makes it so easy for me to stick to. Now, if you don't like chicken and maybe the prep is killing you and you're tired of maybe frying or boiling eggs, I'll tell you can switch to tuna if you like fish because you literally can open the tuna and you can eat. However, the only thing is you do have to be a little bit cautious of mercury buildup. But regardless, though, this is a very easy source of protein. It has slightly lower calories than chicken. It's gonna literally get the job done. Not gonna lie. So, hey, then the next thing will then be beans. This right here is high in protein. It's a decent carb source. It has high fiber and it is low effort. The only thing I would say about beans is that it does take, depending on the type, it takes quite a while for you to actually cook it. This has been a very good go-to. I would say if you don't like the time it takes to cook beans, I could replace this with lentils. Lentils takes me around 20 minutes to get boiled. Now, the simple foods will get you consistent results, and that is the formula. These things, you can literally rotate them. If you have some other protein sources you have or you like, I would tell you that you can replace them. So you can replace the chicken maybe with turkey. You can replace the beans maybe with beef. Whatever really has protein and that can keep you full for longer and also has a decent amount of low calories. And I would always, always prefer you eating whole foods, please. We want to be lazy. We want to be smart while being lazy. I can't lie. I'm literally giving you guys so much free game. You need to tell me you sub to the channel because this one is gonna blow your mind. All right, so we're gonna be burning fat without actually doing cardio. Now, the interesting thing is you don't always need to suffer on a treadmill. And this is something that has always worked for me. Like, I don't always, whenever I run to actually like relieve stress. And how I actually get my steps, I get a consistent 15K steps almost every single day. Sometimes way, way higher. Sometimes I could double that. Sometimes I could get 20K. But the reason why my steps are quite high is simply because every single time I'm using my phone, I'm pacing around in my apartment. Walking in your apartment would make the difference because I know it's not gonna feel very, very comfortable when you first start doing it. However, I would tell you like it works. It literally does work. I've literally had a person lose 5 kilograms implementing this right here. All right, so while you are literally on your phone instead of sitting down, I know you want to chill. You can actually chill while just getting a little bit of a walk in your apartment rather than me saying, oh, you need to go downstairs. I know that's going to be a lot for you. So just do it inside of your house. Pace around in your apartment. So while I'm cooking, sometimes I could just be shifting like this, moving my legs this way, and I'm getting steps in. I'll stay active while doing normal things. Another rule of thumb I do is while I work from home, like every 30 minutes or 30 minutes to an hour, I could take like a 10 minute walk. And when you do that like throughout the whole day, you realize that it's very, very easy to accumulate steps. Like I'm telling you guys, you're gonna be burning calories without even trying. I'm giving you an unfair advantage for you to get lean. Regardless of every single thing, I know you are lazy, and the thing is, I know that you would feel like some days this is still too much. And that is very much normal. That's the reason why I literally made this video. However, I want you to just always on those days remember why you started. It probably might be the way you look. Maybe you don't like the way you look when you see yourself in the mirror. Whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, you just feel like you can actually be doing more. My body can be more better than this. And maybe it's your confidence. I had a guy tell me that if I can just lose this weight, if I can lose the gynae, if I can lose this belly fat, I know my confidence is gonna go up. Just remember why you started. One thing I always remind myself is how I used to feel before I started. Remember your past self and know that like every single day you're using every single one of these hacks, it is literally taking you towards the person you know you can be. And it's every single step. And this in itself literally is going to start even building the confidence. And that's something I really, really like. One more thing I would like to add is in as much as I'll tell you that you should actually remember why you started, I know that you might actually forget some of those days. But however, one thing I will tell you is like you should literally keep streaks. I had a guy who he kept so much streaks in his workouts, he kept streaks in his steps that at one point he would literally tell me that I would have stopped today, but I just didn't want to lose my streak. And it was just that crazy. So I'm gonna tell you like every single day that something is done, you can literally just you can exit or you can circle it. You can know that, oh, I did the workouts. By the time you see like a whole week is checked for you implementing the things I've said in this video, you're gonna be like, oh, it means that I can actually keep on going. And that consistency, you're gonna realize that it's gonna start getting easier. You just need to set the bar so low. Like for real, you should meet fitness at where you are. When you start seeing that you're so consistent, that in itself would fuel you to just be doing more. And the way your clothes start fitting better, the way your body starts changing at one point, that in itself just reoccurs and reinforces the fact that your efforts are actually paying off. Trust me, once you get that momentum, you won't want to lose it. I know for a fact. Momentum is very powerful. It is literally better than discipline. It's better than even motivation because it's a combination of both. So yeah, you're gonna be motivating yourself, and before you know it, you're actually gonna be building that discipline. I personally feel like I hope I delivered on the promise that if you're lazy and you implement every single one of these things, trust me, it's going to get you results. I've literally built programs integrating this into people's lifestyle and they have gotten results. And everything I showed you works. But do you know what works even better? When it is built specifically for you. And this is something I do with every single one of my clients. I literally create simple workouts scheduled for your lifestyle and your schedule. Like you could literally see the way I could create a workout from my brain literally on a call. That is how easy it is for me to actually optimize a workout. So every single day that's changing, I'm gonna literally be changing workouts for you if that's even needed. But I don't think that would be needed if I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna be making easy diets around your lifestyle. Till this very day, I'm of the opinion that you don't need to be prepping your meals, you don't need to be having 2 hour workouts, all those things. Gone are those days. And personally, that's what I believe. So having easy diets, having easy workouts, snugged to your lifestyle like a glove, trust me, I know this has gotten results. And so you literally will have no thinking required. Everything is going to be built for you. It's going to be a done for you thing to make getting that body that you've always wanted, getting the confidence that you know you deserve, literally come to you effortlessly. So that's literally the end of the video. Let me know what other kind of topics you actually like me to cover on this channel because I do want to give you guys so much value in game and I want to make your fitness journey seamless. And with that said, keep on seeking out pain, keep on improving. God bless. Make sure you are putting God first regardless. Make sure you're putting in the work. Peace, ladies and gentlemen.